Welcome back to my channel. It's been a while since my last video. I'll catch you up on what's happened in January. Oh, and by the way, I'm Julie, the illustrator of Julep and Trubs. I'm a small business based out of Nova Scotia, Canada. I love to put my artwork on stationery, stickers, art prints, and fabric. In part 1 of this video, I'm packing a small order of cards to a new retailer called Halifax Paper Hearts. I had been emailing local shops to see if they'd like to carry any of my products. For any artist who emails pitches or reaches out to shops or licensing, a lot of emails go out, but very rarely, or at least for me, do I receive a reply. So when Halifax Paper Hearts contacted me back, I was really overjoyed. They asked for 4 card designs out of my whole catalog to test out my products. It's a small amount, but that did not matter. I'm just still so speechless when someone wants my artwork on their shelves. I pack up their order, and then I work on restocking some more cards for the first shop that I've worked with, which is Inkwell Modern Handmade. I won't show you the restocking of the cards, but a new product that I'm hoping that they might like to carry, my new sticker sheets. As Valentine's Day was coming near, I wanted to make sticker sheets out of my Asian food themed love and friendship cards. This one says, "You don't know how much I love you." They're not specific to Valentine's because I don't think you should need a special day to tell someone that you love them. I have a couple of other designs running along that Asian food theme. Here I'm doing what every silhouette or Cricut machine owner deals with, aligning the blade to the registration marks. I always feel the tension whenever this happens. And then a sigh of relief. Don't be mistaken, this cutter is loud, but when it's actually doing what it's supposed to be doing, it's music to my ears. It's taken a lot of trial and error and a lot of wasted sticker paper, but I now have a system that works for me. Next thing I'd like to make are kiss cut stickers and some magnetic bookmarks. I find peeling away the sticker sheet from the backing is extremely satisfying. And this third-party sticker backing board has really made it a lot easier. Plus, it's a lot less expensive than the branded Silhouette one. Here are the 3 sticker sheets I came up with. They're so dang cute. I pack up their orders and head downtown, which is a bit of a day out for me since I live in a semi-rural area. It had snowed then, and it was pretty cold, maybe -13 and with some wind chill, probably even colder. I try to make it a point to walk along the waterfront. I lived out west in BC for most of my life, so the Pacific Ocean and the mountains were a normal thing for me to see in my day-to-day. And now that I'm in Nova Scotia, I don't have mountains, but I can at least appreciate being near the Atlantic Ocean. And here we are at Halifax Paper Hearts. It's the cutest little shop with so much charm and character inside. It was so cool to see my cards on the shelves. I think I'll always be in awe at the sight. Okay, so the sticker sheets was actually part 2 of the video, and so now we're on to part 3. For a few weeks, I'd been working on a fabric collection as an assignment, I guess you can say. I'm a member of the Creative Studio Collective, and they got an art call with a fabric company called Hawthorne Supply. They were looking for a collection with florals as the main theme. We were able to choose our own color palettes, and so I had to plan out the imagery I wanted for my collection. Florals are not my strong suit, so I went into my camera roll on my phone for inspiration, which brought me to our 2 trips to France last year, in February and September to October. I remember all the markets in the morning with all the fresh produce and the beautiful flowers bundled up in pails and buckets along the brick or cobblestone avenues. They were so vibrant and a lovely way to start a cold day, on our way to go get a baguette or a croissant. And of course, cats. We saw many cute cats, so I just had to add them into the collection in some way. For the hero pattern, I illustrated flowers in buckets with their label tag sticking out, the cats peeking through the blossoms, and hints of cobblestone. The coordinating design is a multi-directional pattern with sign tags and various words and pricing on it. This one is a bouquet designed around a diamond template. I wanted something that had plenty of negative space to offset some of the busyness of the other two patterns. And so this half drop turned out nicely. This is the same coordinate pattern, just with a different colorway. I love this blue with the tossed flowers and outline. It's another multi-directional with plenty of negative space. This one's based on the cobble patterns sometimes we see in Europe. Some of them are so ornate. This one I used a scalloped repeat. You can see some of the little bits of cobble that I added into the hero pattern, just as little hints here and there. This one's an acanthus vine, just for some leafy organic shapes. And of course I wanted to add in a stripe. I love this one in a diagonal setting with wonky edges and with rotating leaves to break up the lines. And that's that. I did it in a limited color palette, and I'm hoping that it at least gets looked at by Hawthorne Supply, and so that I can get some feedback. I guess I shouldn't expect it though. There were hundreds and hundreds of submissions. Keeping that in mind, I thought I'd print out the collection as though they were swatches. I know that it's supposed to be for fabric, but I figured it'd be fun to play around with the little tiles, and I figured I'll post it onto Spoonflower one day and order some samples. Right now our Canadian dollar isn't doing so well, so it'll have to wait. This collection was a huge feat for me actually. For some reason, I have difficulty with repeating patterns. When I worked in the environment and props department for the animation industry, I always had to keep a sharp eye for duplicates and anything that looked too patterny, especially in environments. And for florals, that's another story. For me, I just see so many florals in service design, and how could it stand out among billions of floral designs? So in this case, I illustrated them in my own loose, quirky illustration style. And adding a few cats never hurts. Cutting them out into tiles like this helps me to move them around and see what other patterns they will coordinate with. For 2025, I want to make more collections, especially with repeating patterns. And that's the beauty of the Creative Studio Collective. They present to you monthly briefs that are ahead of the season so that you can pitch them to companies in fabric, stationery, home decor textiles, or food packaging industries. Here you can see, well, I didn't cut it exact enough, but you can see that the pattern will repeat across the yardage. For now, I can at least pretend they're like fabric swatches, and I'll mount them back onto some cardstock with some repositional tape so I can move them around, take them off and on whenever I need to play around with other patterns. I think next time I'll design a selvage as they are in real life, with the color swatch and a mini motif with the name of the pattern, with the name of the collection and the designer. It's sort of like me putting it out into the universe for the real thing to come. I found another magnetic poster hanger in a smaller size so I can hang it up and see how far I've come in my surface design. Well, thank you for sticking around and catching up with what's been going on. I think in the next video I'll do a sewing tutorial so I can use up some fabric I had made with my designs on them. Until then, take care, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.